Good evening and welcome to What's New with Mike and Jeff, Jackal Garage, Wolf Den. I messed it all up. I forgot what show I was on. And hello, everybody.
I wasn't gonna. You were in a groove. I wasn't gonna interrupt you. I was just gonna let you go with it. I was like, what? Well, okay, wait a minute.
I forgot. It's all good. It's all good. This is why we can't start a fourth live stream.
God no, I'd be so confused.
I can barely keep up with the 3 live streams that we do. Like just trying to remember where we're at now.
I'd be like, what's Den Jackal Wolf thing? I'd be like, what?
So what have you been up to, buddy?
Not much, bud. Just trying to get back in kind of a rhythm, you know.
Yeah.
And again, I'm trying to get things lined up on a vaccine thing to see where I fall in that category.
Well, how old are you again? 56?
57.
57. Are they starting the 55 and plus?
Right now, basically, here everything's going great, but they haven't actually done. They haven't started doing gone to that age group yet.
Okay.
I'm not sure if all my health issues put me into the extenuating circumstances.
Yeah, Andy was in the extenuating circumstances. And it was just like they just kept her longer.
Yeah.
After getting the vaccine, Joe said, "Hi, Joe."
Well, I have an appointment with my primary care doctor tomorrow to kind of follow up on a lot of things that are still going on. I mean, I've got through the whole the chest surgery thing, which is actually really good, but I still got the other issues going on. So I'm at my doctor's for that tomorrow, and I'm planning on saying, hey, listen, on this COVID thing, what's going on, and kind of get his take on it, see what he suggests, and go from there.
I think you'll be all right, buddy.
Yeah, we'll get it sorted out one way or the other. Like I said, I isolate. So I'm not. That's really. I have to kind of laugh when when you go through that whole question thing. You know, have you been exposed? I don't go. I mean, as close as I get to another person outside my immediate family is through the Starbucks drive-through window. That's it. That's it.
And me, on the other hand, I'm constantly in contact. And I love it because I deal with a lot of people, and they're like,
yeah.
Oh man, you don't have to wear your mask. And I had a firefighter today I had to deal with.
Yeah.
And he called me out for something, and he's like, "Oh, you don't have to wear your mask. We're outside and we're 6 feet apart." And I go, "Dude, I'm not going to lose my job over a mask."
Yeah, nope.
Like,
not going to do it.
It's just not worth. I don't care if you're a firefighter or not. It's just not worth it. So.
I do have to ask something about Arizona though.
What's that?
What is going on at Bath and Beyond?
Was that in Arizona? I thought that was
that was in Arizona, man. That was
in Arizona.
That fight between the customer and the employee.
Dude, I go to Bed Bath and Beyond all the time with my wife. Like I'm the basket holder at Bed Bath and Beyond, and that is like one of the most chilled, laid back kind of a play. And to hear, I just heard the audio part of it. They were playing it on the radio. The audio part, I'm like, what is going on? I guess a customer just got fed up, or an employee just got fed up.
Well, the funny part was what I like about the news stories like that now. They actually have to specify that it wasn't in reference to masks. It wasn't a mask issue.
It was probably a sale, and they probably grabbed the last pina colada candle, and everything went south. Joe saying it was in Scottsdale, so I guess it was in Arizona.
Yeah, I enjoyed it no end. I'm watching this, and it was almost as entertaining as the day I was sitting in the academy and watched the folks on horseback go through the Arby's drive-through, and I'm in Arizona.
we're like Florida's our big brother. Because there's some crazy. We're like right under that.
I'm waiting for the hold my beer moment from Florida.
They'll beat it. I have confidence.
Arizona, hold my beer. Wait, watch this.
Anyways, I'm just ready to start chopping up some cars, dude. I got some cool stuff I want to.
Well, do we want to look at photos before you?
Let's look at some photos. That's kind of part of what we do.
It's been so long since I've been on the Monday show between all the stuff going on that between my computer issues tonight and then me not realizing there were so many pictures, I don't recognize any of these. So what I had to do was look at my Jackal Garage photo files and go, okay, the last time I downloaded files from Discord was in mid-February.
All right.
So I went from that date down. So if I missed something, I apologize. But let's get some. Let me get my. Now it's my turn to push buttons, and I'm not doing it well.
There's not going to be many.
There's some good FTL or the STL files from David on here.
Yeah, so that's the big stuff.
Yeah, I thought these were really cool. I actually like looking at these.
I like it. I like how he's doing those rims. When he popped that up, I did comment about the treads. I was like, you got to work a little bit on that tread.
Yeah, well, then he did that.
Then he did it. So
yeah, that looks really cool. So I thought those were really cool. And then he throws in this, where actually I think these are some tires he printed out.
Yeah, those are printed out. I'm supposed to pick those up, I believe, on Friday. And I'm going to build him a car using his 3D printed tires.
Those look really cool.
Yeah.
Those look really cool. And then let's see.
We also got
now this one of yours I haven't seen.
That's the one I've been working on. Hey, David, we just talked about your tires, buddy.
Yeah, look, David, we're talking about your stuff.
Well, look at that. We're showing off your stuff, buddy.
There you go.
That's the one I've been working on for D.
Yep.
I've got one or two more to finish for D, and then I've got his lot of 10 done. So I'm going to run those over to his shop and drop them off for him. But yeah, that's the one I've been working on. You've been gone a little while. It wasn't a big conversion job.
Right.
I did make the exhaust pipes thicker because I didn't like the exhaust pipes. I glued
down here.
Yeah, they were squared and they were thin and wimpy looking. So I put some tubing on them.
They're Bob Marley exhaust pipes.
Yes. Yeah. And then I added some guns up front and an engine. So that was but it's a 3-colored paint job. So that was just a fun little.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with the decal on the top.
I was there. There's a little bit of bubbling there. But you use microset on that, yeah?
Well, no, because these are I printed these myself, and the microset dissolves the ink on them too much.
Try vinegar.
That's or I was gonna hit it with a gloss coat.
I hope the gloss coat works. Normally that'll still bleed. That'll still come through because that's actually air underneath the decal. I would take a very sharp pointed X-Acto and poke a hole in every one of those little air holes that are in the bigger ones, and then try some vinegar. That one I would recommend that first. I mean,
I'll try it.
So and then
I was just hoping maybe a gloss coat would just.
It might. I don't know. I'm curious. But the cool part is you can still, even after you put the gloss coat on, you can still go back and hit with vinegar.
This one I'm happy with.
This one looks very cool, and I like how you've kind of molded that top piece in there. It looks like it's part of the body.
Well, it was originally.
Okay.
This Baja, it was a Baja from just an old Hot Wheels Baja. And it had a little scoop in the back, and that's something they used to do with Bajas. They still do it today to catch the air to cool the engine off.
Well, absolutely, but they also put it elevated so you can actually get because you'll see them on a lot of off-road vehicles where they bring the air intake up to keep it away from moisture and water. So that's actually I didn't realize that was actually molded onto the.
But it was a short one. I just extended it out.
Yeah.
All the way across. Plus, I had to cover up the sunroof and do a bunch of stuff up there with that.
Well, I've always loved split window VWs.
Yeah, they're hard to find. I love them though; they're amazing.
Yeah, and then that engine in the back, that Pratt & Whitney looks that radio engine in the back looks really really cool.
I just think it's hilarious. I just love it, and
I think it's great. I think it's great.
And then I did the paint job. I was having a little bit of fun with the paint job. This is where I primed it with a red. I put some rust effect, Raza, whatever rust, the GW technical stuff. And then I thinned down the paint and put like a lot of thin coats down because I wanted it to some of the rust to show through. And then I hit it with wet sanding paper to break through and make it look kind of worn and stuff. So I was just having some fun, trying some new painting techniques.
Well, I think you did a great job on it, buddy. It looks really, really good. Yeah. So, and that is all the new pictures we have.
Yeah. So
good looking stuff.
All right. Well, I'm gonna cover up the light because I don't blind you guys. I don't want to blind you because that's what happens. I don't have a fancy setup.
Yeah, neither one of us do, actually.
Nope. So what I've got on my desk tonight is I still got the Bronco. I need to cover up this hole again. This was the one I started painting, and I was panel lining it, and I forgot to gloss coat it before I panel lined it, and my panel liner bled into all my primer, so I got to redo all that.
Well, I haven't done a lot with the big Air Bel Air here, so I'm going to be working on this for a little bit.
All right.
There's where I'm at so far. I've got to run the chains, and then I'm going to step away for a minute and go put a base coat on my turret that mounts there.
Okay.
And I got the machine gun. Well, I had the machine gun. Where did it go? There it is. and the machine gun here
out
for the back.
Sweet.
So I'm going to step away while you're. If you want to take full screen, I'll holler at you when I get back. I want to get some base coats on these, and I'll be right back.
Holla.
Holla, holla.
All right, so that's the Bronco, you guys. I just need to cover that up, so we'll do some plastic card work tonight on that. This is the truck I started working on last week. I got the tubes in place to represent the machine guns. I just need to cut them down to size, and I've decided I'm going to go ahead and use the old some old wheels I have laying around, but I'm going to put dualies in the back. So I'm gonna have double wheels in the back on this, and then I'll have some gnarly wheels up front. So I've got all my wheels set up for that. Plus, I still have the spare tire that I took off of the Bronco, and I'm just going to set that in the back here just as a decoration piece to fill up that back because we've got the two machine guns up front. So that's going to do that. Still working on the tank Volkswagen drag bus. And today when I was rummaging around, I found these pipes that I had from another car that I was parting out for parts and pieces. So what I'm thinking about doing with these pipes is adding them to the back. So I need to chop them up, but I want to add them to the back, coming out the back, because I just think that would look cool with those pipes. Obviously it's too short, so what I need to do is cut the front off, split it down the middle, and widen them out. But I want to have those pipes coming out the back because I just think that would look kind of cool. And it is a drag bus, and I've got a lot of space here, so it'll help me fill some of that dead space. So we're going to work on that. And then I'm going to get to, I've got another project, and this is something I kind of wanted to talk to everyone about, is scaling. We talk about these Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars being 1/64th scale. But believe it or not, they're not that scale. They're kind of all over the place. And this is a good example. This is a Matchbox. What are they calling this? It's called the Road Mauler. This is like a 6-wheeled kind of heavy utility vehicle. And believe it or not, it's about the same size as the Ford Bronco. So it's really not perfectly in scale. However, I do think it's a great opportunity for me to take advantage of this smaller scale. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the cab off. And remember when we did the Erikenstein builds and I had the front end of the Erikenstein, I'm going to put the Erikenstein front end on that, keeping the back end. So that's going to be more in scale with a truck. And it's just going to create, I'm going to create this cool 6-wheeled truck with the Erikenstein front end on it. And I just think this is going to be just a neat little build. It's just going to have this, you know, you can kind of envision what I'm going for here. And it's just going to be a neat 6-wheel. There was something popping around on Facebook about there. Hey, Darren, how you doing, buddy? Someone did something similar on Facebook. So I'm gonna do that too. And all the others too. Jeff just stepped out to do some priming. He's going to be back in just a second. So this is one of those things, like we talk about scaling with 1/64 scale, and these cars aren't really 1/64 scale. They're kind of all over the place. I believe they make them to fit in the package and use a certain amount of material, and that's how they determine the size of them. So I'm going to take advantage of it. So this is going to be my next big build I'm going to do. It's going to be another hack job.
Well, I'm back, sir.
Okay. And Darren says hi.
Yeah, that's fine. I said hello before I realized I hadn't turned my mic back on you.
And then I've got this cool car. This was one of the Fast and the Furious. Guess what? We'll have the Implements of Carnage back in stock. Oh, sweet! Implements of Carnage back in stock. If you guys have not picked up any of those, I strongly recommend you head over to the IOG and pick up some Implements of Carnage. Lots of bits. You guys, didn't I send you one of those, Jeff? Oh,
say again.
Didn't I send you Implements of Carnage?
Yeah, I've used up most of it, all of
it. Yeah, it's a great pack, you guys. So pick it up. It's 2 sprues. You'll get 2 bikes in it, and you'll get all kinds of cool guns and rams and all kinds of cool stuff.
Well, I'm heat drying these things. I'll mute my mic.
Go. And another one of my next projects. This is going to be another one for the shop. This is a Fast and the Furious line vehicle, but it's kind of cool. Oh, you ordered 32 of them. I'll probably pick up a few from you on Friday, buddy. What I like about this car, it's already kind of got a lot of the neat stuff for Gaslands on it. You got your pipes sticking out the side. You got some cool wheels on it, roll bar. You got some kind of a luggage, hauling thing here, and then you got these cool vents up front. So I'm going to build some scoops on this for machine guns coming out of it and probably put a ram on it. So that's kind of the next few projects that I'll be starting. But what we're going to start off with tonight is this truck, because this is another one for the shop. Oh, I've already got it taken apart. And I want to get these done because I'm pretty much there. Darren, I'm pretty much going to have your 10 cars built here pretty soon. So look out for those.
When blow drying a part on a Jackal garage car, make sure that you, even though the turret may be metal, remember that the barrel is plastic. All I'm saying. I'm not showing anybody anything. I'm just saying, remember that when you heat dry something that you think is metal, remember that you've inserted a plastic barrel onto it.
Do you got a little lint barrel?
Yes, I have a barrel that needs some Viagra.
Poor you.
Yeah, well, it's my own fault.
Yeah, that's what we all say. It happens every once in a while. Yeah, Darren, I'll be at the shop on Friday. It's just I think it's going to be my annual visit. I don't know. It feels like I haven't been there forever. So right now I'm just kind of cleaning up. I just want to make sure, I don't want these barrels to look out of proportion and too long. So, but I don't want them too short either. So I think I just want them to go to the tip of this black right here. So I'm just going to come on the underside and give them a mark and get them cut.
You like using that word.
Tip?
Tip.
Just the tip.
It keeps triggering me to respond with that. Just a tip, man. That's all.
Pervert.
Twisted.
Family friendly show. All right. Oh, hey, how was that? How'd that taste the second time around?
It was better the first time.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. I had some leftover beef stew from my Saturday gaming escapades, which I'll have some pictures for Wednesday's Wolf Den.
Cool. All right, Darren, you go ahead and get back to work at the shop. Thank you very much for stopping in and letting everyone know that you got the Implements of Carnage coming in stock.
Woo-hoo.
I am excited. I will pick some up for sure. Can never have enough of those. They're supposed to be working on a second version of it too.
Ooh, spiffy.
They're coming out with an updated version of it, and they're also coming out with new character models.
Ooh, that should be good.
That's the next big thing I need to do is I need to get some more of the character models.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't have. I need to get it they need to make a pack of 20 of the dude just standing up holding a gun.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Just sell me a 20-pack. So, all right. So we kind of shortened. I think they look better now. I think I got them at a good spot. What do you think?
They're good to me, dude.
Not too long, not too short. I think this one's a little bit longer, but
I think they look fine.
it is a post-apocalyptic world after all.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Well, now I'm super excited. Now I just want Friday to get here.
Now you're all set, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get rid of this limp barrel.
Limp barrel. Is that like Limp Biscuit?
Something like that.
Sorry.
And the hot dog flavored water. Oh, sorry.
Hot dog flavored water.
It's a song.
By Limp Biscuit.
No, not by Limp Bizkit, somebody else.
Hot dog flavored water. That just sounds wrong.
It is actually.
So a little trick, what I'm doing here, you guys and gals, is I'm just taking my Phillips screwdriver. This is a plastic tube, and it's not even PVC, I don't think. I think this is like lollipop tube. These come off of my Q-tips. I get these Q-tips like this, and this plastic tubing type stuff. I don't necessarily know exactly what it is.
Actually, the song is by Limp Bizkit.
Oh, is it?
Yes, chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you'll have to listen to it after the show.
I will.
In no way, shape, or form can we actually play it on the show because it is.
Wrong.
It is. Well, they count the number of F-bombs in it to give you an idea.
Okay.
I can't believe
Anyway,
you.
when I buy these Q-tips, I get them on Amazon. Once I'm done with the Q-tip, I just cut it off and I save the tubes because they come in handy for all kinds of molding projects. So don't say I'm not green because I am green when it saves me green. I am the greenest green saver you can find. So anyways, I just take my it's just Phillips blade screwdriver and it just kind of widens out the hole a little bit. Look at that. You can see them. It's like eyes. I'm watching you, Jeff.
It always feels like somebody's
watching. You can see my tragic landscaping sprinkler system accident.
I saw that. I was going to ask you that when I sat back down from my my little trek of criming. I was like, oh, Mike hurt himself.
Mikey got a blistered.
Mikey got a boo-boo.
It wasn't from playing guitar.
Oh, no. The horror. I'm trying to decide.
Isn't that the Dire Straits song? Get a little blister on your finger from playing guitar?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I forget.
Money for nothing.
Yeah, money for nothing. I'm trying to decide. I've got these shocks on the side here. I'm trying to think what color I want to make. I think I'm going to make them red.
I would make it whatever can strongly contrast with the car so people see them.
Well, see, here's the thing. They will be very visible in the back window. See?
Oh, yeah. Then you're good.
I'm thinking red should be perfect.
I concur with your decision, sir.
I'm so glad we collaborated on that. Thank you very much.
Anything else you need? You just holler. I'll be right here.
Just holler. Holler.
Just don't holler with hot dog water.
You have to listen to that song.
I don't know if I really want to, though.
Yeah, you do. You have to. So you can, if for no other reason, you can say you heard it once.
Okay. I wasn't a real big Limp Bizkit fan back in the day, so
nor was I. At a later date, I'll explain to you why I know that song so well.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a reason.
There is actually a reason. Absolutely. I can tell you. I can tell you what the reason is. When my kids were growing up, I have never been one of those parents that made anything forbidden.
Right.
Conversation because I always felt that if I made something sound forbidden or forbade them from doing it, that would simply pique their interest.
Sure. Don't touch that means they're going to go touch it.
Yeah. So I wanted to make sure that at least they knew they could come and talk to me about it. I've always had a pretty broad musical taste anyway. And one day we're in the car and a song came on the air, and my kids were in the back singing. We used to do a lot. We'd drive in the car and we'd sing.
Sure.
And my three girls and we'd just sit there and we'd sing different songs. And a song came on, and it had a bad word in it.
Uh-oh.
And the kids would all, and the word was not repeated frequently, but it was in the song a couple times. And we're singing along, and all of a sudden they'd stop singing when that song was that word was said. So I just said, guys, I said, listen, it's in a song. It's not like you're running around the neighborhood, saying bad words. I said, so if you're singing a song and the words in there, I don't care if you want to go ahead and sing the word. I'm not going to, hold you accountable for it. I'm not going to rake you over the coals for it. Because number two is, my mom and dad were those parents that forbade everything, and I know I talked like a longshoreman when I was a kid. I was horrible. So I thought, look at me being a progressive parent, being a good parent, blah 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 blah.
Right.
And then they introduced me to this Limp Bizkit song. And after the show, I'll play it for you just so you can hear it and understand why I was kind of like having to eat my own words about being able to say if the word was in the song. So
they went out and found the best song possible to push the limits of
it wasn't immediate, so it just kind of happened. And they said, well, Dad, we did this CD, can we play it? They had burned a CD. That was back before we had all the streaming stuff.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. And there's a lot of good songs on it. And then this one came on, and I had actually heard it on my way to work one day with a buddy of mine. He introduced me to it. I hadn't thought my kids had heard it yet. I didn't know it was on the CD. And when it came on, I had to make a decision because I knew what was going to happen. So,
right, because now if you say, "Oh, you can't sing that song,"
I'm reneging on what I said they could do.
Right, and now they're just doing it to push your button.
Yeah. Well, no, they were doing they yes and no. It actually it's a catchy song. But yeah.
But they knew what they were doing.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Because that's what we would have done.
Well, that's absolutely true too. So there you go. So
all right, so I got my new front wheels on. Yeah, kids, gotta love them.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to glue all those down. There was another one of those debates on the old Gaslands Facebook page today.
About?
One goes, do you glue them or you let them roll free? It's kind of like a common
argument.
Yeah, it's just one of the. It's a personal taste thing, and you know how that is. If you're not allowed to have a personal taste if it's different than yours.
I don't have a preference either way. I'll tell you what the deciding factor was for me on glue wheels, not glue wheels.
What's that?
I know how gamers are, and if I'm playing this car in a game,
right,
with certain players, and it rolls on its own, and then I go to do movement,
someone's going to have a fitty.
Someone's gonna have a fit because it rolled on, and then I hate those debates. So I'm going to glue it just because I don't want to deal with that. Because you and I are kind of the same. Whenever we play a game, you move the guys in the front rank and then kind of jump your guys behind them because it's going to be roughly the same. You measure the guys in front pretty closely, and then the rest of the mob, especially with your orcs. Or like with my blood claws, which are very large squads, that we move that whatever the front rank roughly is for that model, we move those guys in positions. Then we kind of backfill because they're all going to be roughly about the same.
We don't measure each and every model.
No, and but a lot of guys are, Yep.
Well, it's little Jeff was like when he started playing Gaslands, he was like putting his models on bases. He's like, "Oh, it's too easy for you to manipulate and cheat," and I'm like. Well, first of all, if I'm cheating, please don't play me.
That is a really, really cheery outlook on. I'm going to play some, but I know they're going to cheat. So
I'm going to put everything on bases. So he was trying to. His argument is that because it's a template based game, is that you can manipulate the movement and move further or not use the template quite right. And he had a valid argument. It's just I just didn't care enough.
I am so glad I don't look through the world in that lens.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm cynical enough as it is about other things. I don't need to have that in my gaming life.
Yeah, me and everybody else, we're just like, we just play to have fun.
Yeah.
So I'm not playing. I'm not trying to have a competition or anything.
Yeah. No. Well, now I am the guy that hates kibitzing. You know that as well as I do.
Oh yeah. So, yeah, I know how you are about kibitzing.
Well, if I'm going to play a game and I'm playing against you, I don't want to play against you in the entire room.
Yeah. Oh no, we've had a few blow-ups when we've been playing where people came over and started telling you to move your dudes here and do this, and
or they tell my opponent, you should do this, you should do that, and it's like, well, there went my plan.
Well, there went your niceness.
Yeah, it's like, stop.
Yes, Joe. There's a competitive Gasland circuit, I guess.
Any game that has a victor, there is a competitive aspect to it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I again, I will admit openly that I have my own areas of weakness and areas that I wish I regret that it's like I'm like that, and I try to control it, but I fail miserably. And kibitzing is the big one.
Yeah. Well, but rightfully so, though. You and I have had some we don't get the game that often. And we've had some people come up and start, oh, that was a bit stupid decision. You should have did this, this, and this. And it's like, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. And if you'd have known me, well, no, I've always been that way. I can't even say that's gotten bad with me at age. It's always been a problem that I have. So
yeah,
it's something that I regret that I'm like that, and I have yet to get it under control. Well, and saying that right now, I sound really, really cool. Don't kibitz in my game, or I will let you know just how angry I can be.
You see the true Space Wolf and Jeff come out.
Yeah, the fangs and everything, guys. And again, I apologize in advance for it, but that's just how it is.
But I think for the most part, though, people are pretty cool about it.
I agree. Well,
and I don't.
Go ahead.
I don't take. I think most people, because they know we don't play that often, are just trying to be helpful in a weird sense. They're just like, oh, I didn't think you knew the rule, or whatever, or they're just like, hey, think about your game a little bit differently, because there are a lot of people that, but it's not their game.
Again, it's the hobby, and people have their own. That's actually honestly why I actually love running events versus participating in it.
Sure.
So I'm pretty good at running events.
Yep.
I'm very good at going, how can I run this event to where I have to do as little as possible as far as running the games?
Yes. I'm just there to be the moral support
and ringer.
Well, yeah, the ringer, but I'm really there just to help you out morally, because you get a little stressed.
I get stressed up until the time it kicks off.
Yes.
Then I'm usually laid back. Once we've gotten the game started, I'm fine. Even the last OG we had, where we had our first and only so far, knock on wood, issue where we had a two guys get into a rules debate.
Right.
I get until that, because I know I've run so many events for so many different companies that until that event, actually, once that event kicks off, I'm fine.
Yep.
But up until that point,
it's getting you to that
point. Getting you to that point where it's actually running.
Yes.
Then I'm fine.
And that's where I come in.
There you go.
I help you get to that point.
And you do very well. You make sure all the tables get set up, all the trains done. You make sure all that's there.
Someone has to. Yeah, it's the little things that you'd be amazed. As long as someone's doing the little things, it makes life so much easier.
Yep.
All right. So we're going to glue on some big old wheels.
Looks like I'm putting little fire extinguishers on the side of this car.
You could make them that.
Yeah, well, where they position themselves, it's kind of hard. You would know. Oh yeah, that's what I wish I. Is it? There is not a fire extinguisher in the. There should be. There should be a fire extinguisher on the. On that accessory spring.
Why?
To put inside your car.
Yeah, you just let it burn. Let it burn. Let it burn. Of course, cars usually just blow up.
I just thought it would be cool for modeling.
Do I have a fire extinguisher?
Wouldn't be hard to make.
Well, no, I get these little kits from Hobby Lobby.
Right?
Little tools and stuff like that. I don't think I have a fire extinguisher in any of them, though. You know, there's a guy we know who has a 3D printer, and he seems to be making spaceships and tires.
There's a lot of guys out there that are good.
Yeah, but this guy's watching us right now.
I was watching television today, and I actually saw an ad for a laser printer.
Really?
A laser cutter. I'm sorry, a laser cutter.
Those are so last year.
A 3D laser cutter. It was really freaking awesome. Yeah, but it's on mainstream television. It was just an ad to the general public. It was just kind of, okay, that's where that's at now. That's got to the point now they're just being advertised like, you know, your microwave ovens and other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we should have David maybe make us some, you know, again, it's that kind of thinking that's going to help someone like David grow a little bit with his 3D printing. It's like, hey, I'm making, you know, random things you wouldn't think about, accessories.
Yep. All right, so there's my roll cage.
Hold on, let me give you full screen because you're triple. There you go.
Very nice. David says fire extinguishers coming up.
He took my hint kind of subtly.
Hint taken.
I don't think there was any hint in that, David. I think that was pretty direct.
But there they are. There are my two shocks in the back windows.
I like it a lot. Yeah, I've never been one to beat around the bush. I'm pretty direct about it. David, make fire extinguisher. Now, if you want Molotov cocktails, you know, there's a certain car you can buy. You can just cut them right out of it. There was somebody on the Gaslands Traders site, and they were selling boxes of Hot Wheels, and they're like 20 for $5.
Right.
Do I really need any more Hot Wheels?
I really want any more of these.
I actually had to stop myself from. And it was this, what I liked about it, it was just random. It's like, I'm just going to grab 20 of these. I'm not, like, she just had boxes and boxes of Hot Wheels. And she was like, I'm not sorting. I'm not doing anything. I'm just going to tell you that the wheels will be straight. There will be 4 of them, but I'm not going to promise you anything on the condition or like what cars they are or anything like that. Because she obviously didn't want to get inundated with people going, I want the XYZ car here.
Right. Absolutely.
Apparently, they were clearing out some kid's closet because someone must have gotten in trouble and mom's taking all the Hot Wheels away.
Mom's getting rid of all the Hot Wheels.
Yeah. So there's a kid crying someplace tonight. But I mean, it was just like moving boxes full of just loose Hot Wheels. It wasn't like my collection of everything in the container and everything was pristine. It was like just loose, played with Hot Wheels. So I thought it was awesome. And I'm peeling glue off my flesh.
Well, I went and grabbed my glue thinking because it was time to basically glue this guy together. And then I went, oh, wait, this was from a buddy of mine that sent me a care package where these are all threaded.
Oh, yeah. You don't need to do that.
I don't need to glue it in place.
Very cool. I need to chop these off here. Screw it all back together?
I got the first screw in.
Well, there you go.
Putting the second one in now.
You got a screw loose.
I do, actually. Even on the car.
That's funny.
My little ratcheting screwdriver.
I think I'm going to take advantage of my mistake here. Look at that. Look at that. That's awesome.
And I got to redo I'm probably not going to get this turret done tonight.
Yeah?
Well, see, there's where the turret goes.
Right.
But I got to put a new barrel in it. So I'll work on that later. And I may have to put some flames on it so it kind of fits in there. So I may have to work on that some more. And now I got to find my machine gun that I dropped.
There we go. I cut one of the axles too short.
Oh, no.
That's all right. I can fix it.
Yeah, I was being sarcastic with my own note.
Oh. I didn't pick up on that. Voila. I'll just cut an axle off another wheel.
Woohoo!
And I saved it. So that's kind of how this is going to look. Let me take full screen here.
Take full screen, buddy.
So what do you think?
Oh, that's awesome. You know I love me some dualies.
Yeah. I think that's going to work, buddy.
I do have to have a conversation with Atomic Mass Games.
Why is that?
Oh, I think they stole something from me.
The Incredible Hulk base?
No, they have a phase in the game called Cleanup Phase. I do believe
You are the creator.
For painting. Every painter has a cleanup phase.
That is true.
All right.
Well, we know a guy that works over there, don't we?
I think so. Look at that.
We'll file a complaint with the appropriate authorities.
Yes.
I don't know who they are, but I'm sure we'll figure something out.
I was just actually leaving. I hadn't had a chance to look through my rule book since I got the game, and was just kind of looking for something to read because I don't have a Space Marine Codex yet. Hint, Games Workshop, hint.
Did get any in?
Not yet. He thinks they're going to be on the next order that he finally gets. But I was like, cleanup phase. Hey, wait a minute. I've heard that before. I've heard of that before.
Those sons of guns. Just stealing. They probably watch the show.
Absolutely. We're that popular.
That they're watching.
I do like looking at the people that comment after the show's aired that watch it.
Yeah.
Because we do have a lot of people that watch all three shows from different countries.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's always cool.
Well, and I like the fact that people are watching it after it airs.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, this is like almost to the point of ridiculous.
Well,
The double dualies.
I like dualies.
Well, and I'm going to bow them down slightly.
What do you mean bow them down?
Like the wheels canter down a little bit.
Yeah, the canter. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to just slightly. Not. I don't want to get too carried away. Just so it looks like it's like too much for the car. It's the little details that make everything like stand out. Yeah, this is going to be another one of the cars for the shop. So trying to make it so it doesn't wobble.
You can understand that. Wobbly wobbly.
We don't want wobbly cars, but we may just have to deal with it. Anywho, all right, this needs to sit.
Well, you do everything you can do, and that's all you can do.
Then you just move on. That's why I have 15 different projects, and why you don't see a lot of streaming for gas cans. Maybe painting, but not for building so much, because you always have to have multiple projects going on. I don't think I've seen any other streaming Gaslands shows.
All right. Well, there's my rear-mounted machine gun.
Sweet.
Now I'm going to put a very quick dry brush on these chains. Not bright enough. Not bright enough.
So right now I'm just cutting out, just get my plastic ready. Measure it. Know that I'm going to go on the outside of the lines that I cut.
All right. Oh. Micro brush.
I love the micro brush.
I'm almost out. I gotta get some more.
Where do you get yours?
I used to get them from the shop.
Oh yeah.
But they have been out of stock at the distributor for a while. So I will probably have to order them online or direct from manufacturer. The guys that make the flexophiles that I carry in the academy for Darren also make micro brushes.
Sweet.
Now I got to cut my excess chain off of here. All right, so I got the first chain on the roll.
Hold on. Voila. Very nice.
And
very nice.
Going to do the second one now. I got to do the dry brushing, however, before I actually put the chain down, because if I try to do that on the while it's down, I'll get dry brushing all over the car.
That would suck.
That would not be productive to what I'm trying to do.
You know, I think I'm going to hold off on this. I think I'm going to cut this piece out.
What piece is that?
This post right there.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be visible through the window. And yeah, it's going to take away my screw hole. But I think But I can glue the back half down and just screw the top together. Because once it's put together, it's not coming apart again.
No.
Mm.
Microbrush, microbrush, microbrush.
It just seems annoying that it's there.
Get that.
But to cut it out, it's going to probably be more of a Dremel cut than using the jeweler's saw.
I can understand that.
Like I could probably use a jeweler's saw to cut through, but then I'm going to have to take the Dremel and grind it down. So let me get my jeweler's saw.
All right, real quick before you do that, there you go.
Oh,
the chains are in place.
Look at that. Very nice. Very fancy, sir.
There is the Big Air or Bel Air. I got one more thing to do, and that's mount that turret on the top that goes in that hole right there. Let me get this on there. So that's going to mount right there. I got to replace the gun barrel. That's melted.
Fun.
That I melted. I probably want to widen that hole a little bit, maybe, I think. But that's how that turret's going to be.
Sweet. Now you're going to flame the turret, right?
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to flame the turret. I'm not sure. I didn't test it before I did. I'm going to have to flame the front of that turret so it kind of blends in a bit. So, speaking of glue or not to glue,
glue them.
I got two are glued, two's not glued. I got to fix that. But that's pretty much where I'm headed with that.
Well, I like the direction you're going, sir.
Well, like I said, we are almost at our destination, and I've got extra chain left. Yay!
Gonna thread this through the car. I'm gonna flip it around. I listened to Exterminatus podcast today.
Yep.
I guess Raymond's just busy because Eric mentioned something during the podcast that, because Raymond couldn't be on it.
Right.
So I guess work's just kicking him in the backside.
Yeah, because we haven't heard from him in a long time.
Yeah.
There we go.
We may just need to reach out to him and just say, "Hey, how are you, buddy?"
Now I got that turret mounted in there straight. I got basically gonna have to repaint it and put the flames on her.
Darren is watching us. Uh-oh.
Did Darren pop back in?
I don't know. The thing just pops up and says somebody's watching.
I had to modify a painting handle.
Yeah.
See?
What is that all about?
I tried to drill in to put my heavier magnet in it.
Yeah.
And I put so many ball bearings in, I can't actually drill through the glue of the ball bearings. So I had to put a false bottom on it.
That's crazy. See, if you just used them the right way, it wouldn't be a problem.
I know. I should just flip them over and use them on the bottom. Oh.
I love this jeweler's saw, dude. It makes cutting metal so much easier.
Oh, sure. I bet it does. Oh, wait. I have one.
Strongly recommend it to everybody, but you got to be careful with them because what will happen is you'll start bending your blade when you're cutting, and if you're not careful, you'll end up cutting into parts of the car you don't want to cut into. So
yes. You
want to make sure your blade's taut, as tight as possible, but you can't go too tight, obviously, because you break the blade. So it's just about being careful. Because I'm kind of reaching that point with this right now where it's bent so much that I am going to be cutting into the car.
Who knew?
Well, because what I'll end up doing is I'll just end up just snapping it off from here because I'm halfway through the metal.
Right.
So just something to think about, you guys. Be mindful.
Something to be aware of.
Yeah. You like my pliers? my heavy duty snips. I use them as my pliers.
Heavy duty snips can do a lot of different things.
Yes. Yes, they can. All right. And there it goes. Oh, look at that. Nice and clean cut off. All right. Now I'm happy.
Woo.
Doesn't take me much, but it makes it so much easier to put the other stuff on. I do a lot of little details that hardly ever get noticed with my car builds.
But you know they're there.
Exactly. It's the whole scale model thing that we've talked about in the past.
Yeah.
It's not about people noticing. It's like you, as long as you know it's done, that's what matters. That was your words of wisdom to me one day.
As long as you know it's there, it gives you a little bit of self-satisfaction.
Well, what we were talking about, because I was watching Andy's hobby headquarters,
right?
And he spends a lot of time doing all this under painting for his military vehicles,
right?
And I was like, well, why? No one ever really notices that. Why waste your time? And you were like, well, he notices.
Yeah, he knows it's there.
And it was like, moment. I'm just going, oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, I had buddies that did that would build full interiors and paint them and run cabling and wires and then glue the whole thing together so you couldn't take it apart. And I'm like, what do you, but what it did do was he goes, I know it's there. He goes, but also if you're looking at like the Sherman turret and you look down through the commander's hatch where he's standing, but you can look down through with a light, you can shine a light and you can see all the way to the bottom and it's completely detailed all the way down.
Right.
And I went, okay, first of all, who can see that well? But
especially at our age.
That gave, yeah, absolutely. But that gave him some satisfaction. And that at the end of the day is all that really matters.
Right. Exactly. All right, so now we're going to put plastic on this thing. So I need to get my big sneers out. My big shears out. I got my metal cutting shears to cut plastic.
Woo!
I take cutting plastic seriously.
This is there's what I use.
What are those, like bone scissors?
Yep. I can cut through up to 1/8. Of course, my hand is sore after that much plastic.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the leverage that you would have on the one that you use.
I think I'm going to go all the way up with it. And then I'll cut the hole out afterwards. Let me see something real fast. Yeah.
What the deuce? That's what that is.
What's on?
I as I've told you, I have my wet palette, and then at the lower half, I have my tile still, where I can do both my wet palette and my tile.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on occasion, when I use most of my metallics on my tile, but then I go back to the wet pad. I inadvertently lay my forearm, the underside of my forearm, across the tile.
Yeah.
And I pick up whatever paint I'd put down there earlier. So I've been sitting there feeling a sticky thing on my forearm. It's like, oh, look, I've got paint on my forearm. That's what's causing that stickiness is, when I go down to the table, it's like, oh, yeah. That's what's causing that.
It's all right. I had glue on my forearm just a little bit ago. That made for some interesting times.
I bet it did.
I was sticking to everything. All right. This is going to be fun.
Joe says he blames Agnes.
Really?
I'm not sure who Agnes is, but he blames her.
It's all right. He probably has the same problem we have every once in a while. I wonder if Agnes is a cat.
I don't know.
I don't know. All right, so we got a good start here with covering out the back. It's been Agnes all along. Okay.
We're going to go with it.
So I'm just going to do some cleanup filing on this. I'm going to try to stay on screen. I am the worst at that. Sorry, you guys. So I think we're good here. Yeah, and I'm just trying to cover up. What I want to do is this is going to be this is going to be the rear weapon, and it's generic enough. I can make it a mortar, an oil slick dropper, flamethrower. It's just generic enough I can do anything with, but I want to cover all this up.
Right.
I don't like how open that is, because then you can kind of see inside the car. Again, it's the little things.
Yep.
That make it stand out. But I want to be as precise as possible when I do this, because of all these little details here. I can't do a lot of filing. Like on this Bronco, this is all pretty flat, so I can file all that down and clean it all up, so I can get a little sloppy with that. Right. But with this one, I need to be a little bit more on the precise side, because I can't go in and clean up. I'll end up filing out a lot of that detail.
Yep.
Does that all make sense?
It does make sense, actually.
Like the bottom of it, I can clean that up, and I can clean the line up top. But that's about it. So I don't know if I can get a piece in here to be support on the back. Good thing about plastic card, it's cheap.
It is not that expensive.
So if I mess up a piece, it's okay. It's not going to break the bank. Plus, I have stacks of it laying around somehow. It's like I was an orc player back in the day when you used to build custom orc stuff.
Oh, that was the day.
That was Tuesday.
Yeah, it absolutely was, wasn't it? I remember that day. Speaking of shows, I found a new show on Netflix I'm watching. It's an old AMC, not an old AMC show, but it was a show that was on AMC.
Yeah, what's that?
Into the Borderlands.
God, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I never saw when it aired, and I just found it today, so I've been watching that. So
I think
I have
that's
to say, it's
something.
kind of cool.
I was out around Walking Dead time, or
Yeah.
no, Preacher.
Huh?
I think it came out around the time Preacher came out.
Yeah, that ballpark. Yeah,
Something like that.
it's definitely a kung fu show,
Yes.
but I am enjoying it.
I watched the first season, I think.
The first season was only 6 episodes long, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah, it might have been just like a big pilot.
Yeah, but I have been enjoying it.
All right, I think I'm just going to end up gluing this in freehand at first and then adding the supports in the back afterwards.
That'll work.
I think I'm just going to have to go that route.
I'm having to let this dry between coats. What the heck?
Sean?
Oh, I mounted this machine gun in the back, but I thought I glued it in place, but I apparently moved it after I glued it, so now I got to make sure it's back straight again. It was not pointing straight.
Holy crap. Joe, you're finally watching Stranger Things season 2? Or 2 episodes? Oh, 2 episodes left.
Yeah. Well, the new season is supposed to be coming out soon, so.
What season are they on now?
Just a reminder, the last car that while I'm waiting on my wash or my glaze to dry, there's the last car I did. Da-da-da-da-da.
That is the Cars car. Oh, I just got glue all over the place. Dang it.
Sorry, dude. I didn't mean to distract you.
No, it wasn't your fault. I don't need my fingers, as we can tell. Well, I do like your Cars car.
Yeah, I thought it'd come out kind of nice with the carbon fiber on the sides.
Yeah.
Get that weight down, get that speed up. I just realized I had not glued that in place. Yeah, he's all finished up. Sweet. Now I painted this. It looks like an Amazon car because it's got this in the front of it, which is the smile from it being a Cars car.
Right.
It's an Amazon delivery car now.
Hey, there's Amazon in the gasolines. How do you think they get their parts?
Yeah, tell me about it.
You got to prime that stuff up. Give me some Amazon Prime.
Ooh, there you go. He's on season 3, Joe says.
Sweet. All right, it looks ugly right now. But give it time to dry, and when I start hitting it with the sand, it will look just fine.
I have zero doubt that it's going to end up looking beautiful. Beautiful.
Well, it's just sloppy, that's all.
Yeah, cleanup phase.
Well, you can't say that anymore, unfortunately.
I said it first. It's mine.
That is a copyrighted term now by the folks over at Atomic Mass Games.
Yeah.
You have lost your window of opportunity there, sir.
I had a chance.
And then what I'll do is I'm just going to glue this in the back here just to add a bunch of support to it.
All right.
And I'll get it to the metal. All right.
I'm getting the flames on the turret here, working kind of slow with my glaze. I'm not going to get it done tonight, but cars, other than the turret, that car is completely done.
Well, there you go. I think it looks fantastic.
So I'll get some pictures of it, throw it up on Discord when I get the turret finished up.
Yeah. Get that turret finished. Here, I'm just waiting for this glue to dry on all this. But I should have the Bronco. So I didn't get to start any of my new projects. But I got the back of that Bronco done.
Right.
And last week we got the rubber wheels on it. Again, this is just a custom paint car. I'm not gas landing this one up.
Right.
That is going to be something I'm just going to give to my wife to put in her Harry Potter curio cabinet, china cabinet things.
Well, the old 442 that you built for me in a replica of my favorite car I've ever owned.
Yeah.
It has a permanent place on a little spinning display in my case. So
sweet. Well, I'm happy to hear that.
Oh, dude, I love that. I love it. I love it.
It was like one of my. It wasn't my first car, but it was early on.
One of the early ones. It's actually gorgeous. It's almost perfect as far as what it's represented.
I think it took me I had to repaint that thing like 4 or 5 times or something crazy.
Yeah,
because I kept messing up the paint.
My computer's still on the last picture of your bug with the radial engine, and the background and the asphalt you have it sitting on. It just looks really cool.
Yeah, the asphalt is the roads. The Darren found those, I believe, at the shop.
Yeah.
Or I don't know where. Again, they're like mouse pad material, that neoprene material.
Yep.
And they're roadways. So Darren's got like a few of those, and I've got a set. So I think it covers up the cigar box that they're sitting on. So. And yeah, and I just picked those different backgrounds, and it's just on the computer. But thank you. I think it adds a lot to the.
It does. The paint job also kind of matches it. It just kind of puts it in that really puts it in its genre. It looks really good. I like it a lot.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for with that one. Actually, I picked that background specifically for the bug, and then I just took the other one on it. Just because.
I have CA on my hand.
All right, buddy. Well, I think I'm pretty wrapped up. This is going to be another. Oh, everything is just falling.
It's all going apart. Well, I'm switching cameras.
All right, I dropped a bunch of stuff. So. Do. All right. So the big dually, or what would they call it? The 6-wheeled military vehicles. Like deuce and a halves.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So that's going to be the Erikenstein deuce and a half.
There you go.
It's going to be dropping deuces. I went there. And my hair is a mess.
It took me a second. I'm sorry I missed that. I didn't even have a chance to jump on that because absolutely that's awesome.
And then I've got the other one. So I'll start getting those worked on because from here it's just a matter like the truck is pretty much done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hollow out the exhaust pipes on it.
Right.
And then it's gonna hit paint and that will be done. It kind of wobbles, so I'll be fixing that too.
The wobblies.
And then it's going to be working on the drag bus and getting the drag bus going. So,
well, all your cars look great.
Well, I think
you really do.
I'm looking forward to getting them to the shop so Darren can. I don't know what he's going to do with them.
Probably put them on display.
I think he's going to put them in the display case, but I think it's I don't know if he's going to take them up to Wisconsin. He mentioned something about taking them to
Montana.
Why do I keep saying Wisconsin?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Casey, I think is from Wisconsin or Minnesota, one of the two.
Maybe that's what I think. Maybe I'm just because I don't know. But anyways, he's gonna do the convention up there. So
yep, that's in Montana.
That's the Montana thing. Plus, yep. I haven't heard back from Las Vegas Open yet.
Right.
But I wouldn't expect to hear anything from them till maybe September, October.
Yeah, as you get closer to the
event. They booked and they did everything, but who knows what's going to happen this winter and who knows where everything's going to be. So I think they're going to wait till it gets closer to the event and then they'll start contacting people. So but I still want to be prepared for the class, and I'm probably just going to do it on the show, like just run through it, and you can hear it and give me feedback, and
Like
give
it a dry run.
Yeah,
it works for me.
And just kind of run through and show people products and stuff again. Just kind of do that.
I think that'll work just fine, buddy.
Yeah, I think it'll work out pretty good. And then people can just chime in with, just kind of hit me up with questions and things like that. And that way I can kind of prepare myself for the event. Because it's going to be different. Like, because Gaslands is a little different, as you can tell.
It is. Well, I think it's gonna be. I think you're gonna have a good time. I think it's gonna be well received. So,
I'm looking forward to it.
I think you should.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. It's Monday night, so we usually cut out a little bit early on Monday nights compared to other nights. Because we do stream a lot.
Even on Wolf's Den, I kind of wrap it up when I run out of project stuff. So we've been running about 90 minutes.
David's been working on the fire. Stop the presses.
Hang on. You want to show it real quick?
Let me see if I can work. Oh, let me get in the right Discord channel.
All right. No, I'm gonna bring it up. Share camera.
Oh my god!
All right, let me in. Let me in.
There you are. There we go.
There you go.
So we've got fire extinguishers on the way.
Hey, there you go.
David, you need to come up with a name for your endeavors. Is it
what
going
you're doing there? Yeah, absolutely.
I know there's a guy already out there called Dave Akers who does a lot of 3D printing. So you got to come up with a name though. Otherwise, you can just print up a bunch of stuff, and I'll slap a Jackal Garage sticker on it, or What's New with Mike and Jeff sticker on it, or an Imperial Alphas game sticker on it, and we'll just throw it out the door.
Whatever sticker's handy.
whatever one. Well, I got to be careful. I got a lot of stickers out there. I probably shouldn't put on stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't. I have to look at them before I slap them on. But yeah, if you can get some fire extinguishers printed up, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, just put on the side of a roll cage or somewhere like on the console right here. Yeah.
In the front seat, out the front window. It could be a close combat smoke weapon.
Could be anything. Yeah, absolutely.
Think about it. Like if I fire extinguished you as you were driving by me, it would temporarily blind you.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right. All right, everybody. Well, thank you very much for hanging out with us and listen to us ramble about while we chopped away on Hot Wheels.
What's going on in our world? Yep.
Yeah, what's going on? We will be back on Wednesday, correct?
Yep.
Wednesday for the Wolf's Den. Again, another hobby hangout, just painting models. I'm painting dragons. I'm trying to wrap up some dragon painting. And then I'm going to embark because Stargrave comes out soon. I believe that's next month it comes out. Yes. And that is going to be a true skirmish sci-fi game by the same author that did Frostgrave. So I want to start working on my Starship Trooper miniatures for that.
That should be cool.
Yeah, it'll just get me motivated to get my Starship Trooper stuff painted.
That should be very cool.
Yeah, I've got 3 starter sets. So
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, so we'll get some of those painted up and just military OD green. Nothing too exciting. But they are cool models because they have the yellow face mask.
Right.
So, and you can see the face underneath it. It's like a typical clear plastic, like the windows on the Hot Wheels and stuff, but it's yellow, so you can still see the miniature's face painted inside. So I get to cheat a little bit on the painting of the face.
Yeah.
I just got to hit it with a flesh tone, a wash, and then done.
Yeah. Enough to give it some contour. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, because I don't think you can have it open because they're on foreign planets. So I would assume the gases would kill them.
True.
So anywho, All right, you guys. Well, thank you all for watching, and we will be back on Wednesday. So tune in and talk to you later.
See you guys.
Bye.